Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Sports Talk AF. I'm your host, Angelo Formato. You obviously can't see me in this video. That's because I'm doing a screen recording off an iPad. So I'm doing this playoffpredictor.com website. And basically, I'm just going to be going through my picks of the 2020 NFL season, like week by week for every team. So definitely going to be a bit of a long video today. But yeah, you'll at the end, you'll get to see all of my division winners and how everything plays out. I did this last year too, but obviously I didn't have a YouTube channel last year. I actually had the Ravens at 14-2, so subtle flex there, but I did when no one else had them. So I did call it, but I'm not gonna gloat too much. I'll just get right off on my season predictions for this year. So week one, you got Kansas City versus Houston. Should be a good matchup. It's the first game Thursday night. The Chiefs are at home. Maybe a little bit of Super Bowl hangover. I don't really like when people use that term though because I don't know. I think every team is always ready in the NFL. There's no such thing as a Super Bowl hangover. I mean, I guess, but every team is always prepared. They all go through that training camp. I mean, who knows what training camp is going to be this year with COVID and everything going on with this. I don't know what's going on. Is there even going to be fans in the stadiums? Who knows? But rambling here. Week one, Kansas City versus Houston. I'm gonna take Kansas City just because they're at home. And yeah, yeah, I don't know. They just looked overpowering in that Super Bowl, and why not? So next game we got my Jets versus the Bills, and I think Darnold's going to have a way improved year, way improved. But I also think that Josh Allen is somewhat of a dark horse for MVP this year. I love Josh Allen more than most people. And I mean, I think it's kind of 50-50 with the way people view Josh Allen. Some people view him as just a terrible decision maker and no potential. He's just an average quarterback. And others view him as this guy with elite potential. And if he can just improve his I'm sorry, I'm messing up my words here. If he can improve his decision making a little bit, then he can really be an elite player. And I'm more in that group because I love Josh Allen. I have since he came out of college. I'm a big Josh Allen guy. I'm also a big Darnold guy. I'm a Jets fan. Anyway, it's week one. Bills are at home. I'm gonna give it to the Bills. I think they probably have the division this year pretty tight on lockdown. The Jets, you'll see. I'm gonna go through every week. They have a tough schedule this year. I'll try to not keep it. I'm sorry. I'll try to not keep it as long on every game because then the video would be like 2 hours, maybe more. But we'll get through it, guys. Power through it with me. Next game we got Jacksonville against Indiana. I'm a big Minshew fan. I also think Rivers in did I say Indiana? I'm sorry, Indianapolis. I think Rivers in Indianapolis is it's interesting because they have a good offensive line now and they're building a good team. They have a young defense. Jacksonville, I mean, you don't know the story with Minshew yet. They kind of traded away all their good players. They're a very young team, probably going to be tanking this year, so I'm going to give this one to the Colts away. Next game, we got the New England Patriots against the Dolphins. I would be very surprised if the Dolphins start Tua in this game. Again, we don't know what's going on with the preseason. You don't know how he's going to play. If he even is going to play, he's got that injury, knee injury, I think. And so, yeah, a lot of people are going to be sleeping on Belichick. And I know I said that the Bills have the division on lockdown. I'm rethinking that a little bit right now because New England, I mean, can they really be bad with Belichick at the helm? I think that's the question everyone is asking themselves right now. And yeah, they don't have Brady, but was it more Belichick or was it more Brady? This is going to be the tell all year. We're going to find out a lot this year. I honestly think Belichick is the main reason for the Patriots' success through the years. Yes, Tom Brady is the I'm sorry. Tom Brady is the greatest NFL player of all time. I'm not debating that. But I think coaching is the most important thing that an NFL team could have. And if you have a great coach, in which Bill Belichick is also the greatest NFL coach of all time, um, I think you're never gonna have a losing record. So yeah, I think the Pats are gonna. I think the Pats will take this game against the Dolphins because the Dolphins still a little bit in rebuild mode. I don't think they'll get there this year. Maybe next year. We'll see how it plays out. Ravens Browns. The Browns are they're being a little bit slept on this year, and last year was the complete opposite. They were really hyped up and they sucked. Also, I called that in my last year's predictions that no one saw. It's on my Twitter actually. If you guys want to scroll through my old tweets, probably don't at Angelo underscore Formato. But anyway, I'll put this one on my Twitter when I'm done too. The end of the predictions. But yeah, everyone's hyping up the Browns last year. I had them going 7-9. I think they went 7-9. The Browns are just they're the Browns. I mean, yeah, they're gonna be good. I mean, like they look like they're gonna be good this year, and people are sleeping on them. But they're the Browns, so I mean, they're never good. I really give it to them that they might be good this year. Maybe we'll see. I don't know any more than you guys know. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna take the Ravens week one just because the dominance that Lamar Jackson showed this year. Bengals against the Chargers. I don't know if Herbert's gonna start this game too, and who Burrow's probably gonna start. I'm gonna have Burrow losing his first game. I think it's a big. I mean, it is. It's a big step up from LSU to the NFL or any college to the NFL, and it's hard to make that initial jump right off the bat in week one. So I'm just going to give this game to the Chargers based off, he might still be learning a little bit. I mean, the whole year is going to be a learning year for Burrow. The Bengals aren't there yet. Let's move on to Titans Broncos. So this matchup, I do like what the Broncos did this offseason in draft. I do, but I think the Titans they made it to the AFC Championship last year, and I don't think Ryan Tannehill's going anywhere. I know you're probably thinking Ryan Tannehill, oh, he's not that great, but just the dynamic duo of him and Henry for some reason, it just when Henry gets the ball 30 plus times a game and he's just running it down people's throats, I love that. And then you give it to Tannehill for a nice play action pass over the middle, touchdown every time. So I mean, I like what the Titans do on offense. I really love their offensive scheme. I like Vrabel as a coach. I think he's a hardcore, disciplined dude. I like Vrabel. Um, I like the Titans this year. I think they can make a run of things. I also like the Broncos, but I think they're more mediocre this year. Next year is when they can really be good because Drew Lock would be going into his third year. He's going into his second year now, but the Broncos still got a little bit to work with. We don't. I keep saying we don't know what they're going to be yet. I mean, no one knows what any of these teams are going to be yet. The NFL season, it's always any given Sunday. So this is just what I think and how I like the teams going into the year. But I mean, you guys can do your own predictions. You can comment below, tell me what you think about mine. Um, so I'm gonna take the Titans in this matchup. I do like the Titans over the Broncos. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about this right now, guys. This has been going on kind of long. Um, I'm thinking maybe I just do 1 week per or one video every few days and just do like so this video will be week 1 and next video will be week 2 and so on and so forth because I can keep content coming for you guys and it's more consistent. So I might just do that. So yeah, I guess let's do that because it's been running a little long here, and I am not going to get through 16 weeks. The video is literally going to be over 2 hours. No one's going to want to see that. So I'll just do this. It's even still long, but I'll pump these out every few days for you guys. So this video, I take it back. Take back my intro. This is going to be going over week 1. All right. So next game we have the Vegas Raiders against the Panthers. The Panthers added let's see who the Panthers. Oh, Robbie Anderson. They added the coach from Baylor. His name is slipping from my mind right now. Matt Rule. Matt Rule. And Teddy Bridgewater is their biggest acquisition. I can't believe I forgot that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. We haven't seen Teddy Bridgewater as a starter since his days with Minnesota, which was a long time ago, and you did see him fill in for Drew Brees last year, but in that Saints offense, that's so high powered. I want to see where how he does when he goes to a different place. But Teddy Bridgewater, yeah, we'll see. Who knows what the quarterback situation is in Vegas? They got Carr, they got Mariota now. It's a toss up, but I like some of their draft picks. I love the pick. I'm sorry, I I love the Henry Ruggs pick. I do, and I actually, if you look at my early NFL awards predictions, I had Henry Ruggs winning Rookie of the Year. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders in this game. I think Ruggs is gonna be explosive. His first outing, no one's gonna know what to expect from him. I just think he's an under the radar player. But again, you don't know what the quarterback situation is in Vegas. And I like John Gruden a lot, but I think he can scheme up something week one against the Panthers. But yeah, who knows with the quarterbacks down there? Personally, I would probably take Carr because I think Carr is a little more established than Mariota is. I know Mariota went to the playoffs a few times, but I'm not a big fan of the style of play that Mariota puts out there. Let's go to the next game. Pittsburgh against New York, the Giants. Is DeAndre Baker even playing? I don't know. Is he gonna go to jail? I don't know. Who knows? Pittsburgh, they didn't really do much. I mean, they got Minka last year. They got Chase Claypool from Notre Dame in the draft, and I like that pick. I'm a Notre Dame fan, if you guys didn't know. But Chase Claypool from Notre Dame, it's a minor acquisition. It's in the second round, but yeah, I think he'll be good down the road. They still have Mike Tomlin. Here's the thing. Right now, I just trust Tomlin more than I trust Joe Judge. No one knows what Joe Judge is yet. He's been a special teams coordinator for 15 years. Hey, he could be the next Bill Belichick. We don't know. He could be the next oh God, what's that guy's Freddie Kitchens. He could be the next Freddie Kitchens too. No one knows what Joe Judge is yet. He's a first year coach. It's always tough to tell with these first year coaches, but yeah, I trust Tomlin, and I think Pittsburgh's going to put together a little bit better of a year than they did last year. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh in this game. Next game, we have Seattle against Atlanta. I'm not going to go too much into this game. I like Seattle. I like Russell Wilson. I think. I like Matt Ryan too, but I think Russell Wilson's a top three, if not right up there with Mahomes as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think Seattle will take this game easily. Now we have Chicago against Detroit. Watch out for the Lions this year. I like the Lions as a little bit of a wild card team this year. The Bears, I can't say I like the Bears with Trubisky. I would like the Bears if they had a competent quarterback. But Trubisky might be one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, and I don't know. Like, I can't say I like the Bears this year with Trubisky. Their defense still going to be great. Roquan Smith injured last year, somewhat, I believe. I think he'll have a big bounce back year. He was the eighth overall pick. But yeah, you still got Khalil Mack on that defense. The Bears, they're going to be a solid defensive team. I just don't know if they can get it done on offense. But for this game, Detroit, Chicago rivalry game could go either way. I'll take Detroit because it's at home. Next up, we got the Eagles against the Redskins, another rivalry game here. Eagles against the Redskins, huh? Redskins have a stout D line now. They took Chase Young, very stout D line. They have Montez Sweat from last year. Phillies, I don't know. I'm not as much of a big Wentz guy as everyone else is. I think Wentz is like top 10, maybe quarterbacks in the league. I mean, that's still high. Maybe I would put him in top 15 though. I'm not as much of a big Wentz guy, like I said, and yeah, and he's also injury prone too. People has Wentz ever played a full season? I mean, come on, guys. You can't put Wentz in your top five if he hasn't played a full season. And a lot of people do put him in the top five. I find that mind-boggling. But yeah, the Eagles are gonna win this game. The Redskins still aren't great. They have Ron Rivera now. I think Haskins will make a big jump from year one to year two. I like Haskins as a player, as a prospect. I like his potential a lot. But yeah, I'll give the Eagles this game. Rivalry game could go either way. Vikings, Packers, another rivalry game. Who knows what Aaron Rodgers is going to be this year? Like, what attitude is Aaron Rodgers going to come out with? Is the big question for the Packers this year. Because we know they took Jordan Love in the late first round. Now, Aaron Rodgers he's a dick. Let's face it. We all know he's a dick. But is he going to just it could go two ways here. Aaron Rodgers could play his heart out and show them that he's the guy there and he will be until he chooses not to be. But or he could be a little bit jealous and he could just I don't know, he could fall off a little bit this year. That's my thing, my take. I think he could I'm sorry. I think he can go either way really with Aaron Rodgers, but he's always had that chip on his shoulder from Kansas City not taking him number one overall, and they took Alex Smith instead. Did I say Kansas City? I'm sorry. San Francisco not taking him number one overall. And so, yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell with the Packers this year. I think he'll play with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. I also like the Vikings though because excuse me, the Vikings this year. I like Kirk Cousins. A lot of people don't. I think he's underrated. And yeah, he doesn't always perform great, but I do like Kirk Cousins. I think he's underrated, but he's getting paid a lot of money. And and Dalvin Cook is a force to be reckoned with. He's a top three running back in the league, probably. I mean, how can you say he's not after last year? Um, hmm, Divisional game. I'll give it to the Vikings for this one, just because I like the Vikings a little bit more than I like the Packers this year, and they're at home. San Francisco, Arizona. San Francisco, tough team to read this year. They could be just as good as last year. I I don't have as much faith in Jimmy Garoppolo as everyone. I mean, I guess a lot of people don't, but I just don't know. Their defense was so good last year, and Nick Bosa was so good last year, which is part of the reason why they went to the Super Bowl. But I don't. I'm not all there on Jimmy Garoppolo just yet. I need to see a solid season. I think he's had so much around him to work with, and like in all of his starts in New England, he had pieces around him. I don't know. I think I'm not all in on Garoppolo yet. I need to see more out of him. As far as Arizona goes, Kyler Murray's my MVP guy this year. I think Arizona's going to show up, and I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. So I'm going to take Arizona in this game. Next game we got New Orleans versus Tampa Bay. So Tom Brady at the Dome. Huh. They got Gronk too now. Who knows what he's going to be? How about the Gronk and OJ Howard duo? I kind of like that. I love OJ Howard, but is is Gronk even the number one tight end there? It might be OJ Howard. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, yeah, he could be the number one tight end, OJ Howard. I don't know, but Saints still stacked. This is a tough game. I'll give it to the Saints at home this time. I think they'll probably split when it when like as far as the end of the season. I think they'll probably split the series. They're 2-game divisional games. They'll probably split, but yeah, I like the Saints at home. So next game we got Dallas, and this is gonna be our final game for the episode because, like I said, way too long. If I just did all 16 weeks, I don't even know if I could do that, guys. This is already like a 20-minute video. I think. Who knows? But last episode or last game of the week, last game of the episode. I'm sorry, I'm really mumbling over my words today, guys. My bad. We have the Rams against the Cowboys. Are the Cowboys going to trade for Jamal before the season? I would say probably not. Maybe at the trade deadline. We'll see how it plays out. But I don't like the Rams this year, and their uniforms are hideous. My God, awful. Worst uniforms in the league now, I think, by far. Um, I like the Cowboys in this game. I think Dak, he's not going to hold out, but I don't think he's going to get paid right away. And I think Jared Goff is just a system quarterback. Honestly, Sean McVay is overrated. They don't have Gurley anymore, the Rams. And, I mean, they have Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald still. That's incredible to have those two guys on the same defense. But I'm not a Jared Goff guy. I don't believe in Jared Goff. And I think the Cowboys they could be very good this year. Then again, they're the Cowboys. The the fans are gonna their fans are crazy. They're gonna hype them up like they're gonna win the Super Bowl again, like they do every year. Are they gonna do it? Probably not. They're the Cowboys. They're gonna choke in some way or another. But I'll take the Cowboys for this game. All right, so I think that just about wraps it up as far as this video goes in our Week 1 matchups. So I will see you guys in the next one, maybe tomorrow or a few days, but I'll do Week 2 and let me know if you guys want to see if you like this video or how you think Week 1 is going to turn out. If you agree with me, if you don't, just drop a comment. And I mean, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.